speaking of, I've noticed pictures. Now, how many random coincidences? I noticed pictures on your Twitter account of Novak Djokovic, Magic Johnson, and Johnny Football. How?
Oh, yeah,
Magic,
I'm the stargazer.
Magic looked really random. Where did you meet Magic Johnson?
What? I've been, I don't know what it is, but I get really lucky in terms of that kind of stuff. I just find myself,
random moments across
I just bump
on the planet.
into people everywhere. So I took a week off and I went earlier in the summer to Monaco and Saint-Tropez, and I'd never, ever taken a vacation. Over the past
That's a good place to start.
I've never taken one. So my parents almost had to take me and put me on a plane and say, just go somewhere for 9 days, take a vacation, But this summer was the first time I went, so I decided to go to Europe, and it was awesome. And it just so happened when I was in Monaco, I bumped into Magic Johnson walking on the dock where our boat was, and had a great conversation with him. And he was so polite. It was my dad's birthday, so I told my dad was a huge fan.
Heavens. Yeah,
he took the time to even talk to my dad on the phone for a good 25, half hour. This is Magic Johnson we're talking about. So my dad, you can understand, my dad grew up playing basketball. He's a huge Magic Johnson fan, and we later went to dinner at Cipriani's in Monaco, and just so happened that Djokovic just won the Wimbledon and happened to be there, sitting beside us at the table. So I'm like, all right.
You're like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
See, because you're a big guy, and that picture on Twitter.
That's where I was going.
You don't think of Magic Johnson as like this beast, but the guy's massive compared to you.
Well, and it's so funny because I just finished, believe it or not, I was still working out on my vacation. I just finished like riding the bike on the boat, and
a lot of skating in Monaco.
No, there's no skating there. There's no skating.
And Magic hadn't finished riding the bike.
No, but I'm sitting in the hot tub now, and I'm looking out, and I'm like, geez, who's this guy walking? Right? He's walking about 6 or 7 people. I'm like, this guy's big, and I see a couple people run up asking for autographs. I'm like, dude, that's Magic Johnson, right? So I get out, I run out of the hot tub, I throw my tank top on, and it just happens to be a tank top that has a Canadian flag tattooed on the front of it, and I run out there and I'm like, dude, I'm your biggest fan. Da, 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 da. I'm like, my name's PK Subban. He's like, I know who you are. I'm like, what? So I'm sitting there shaking, like literally shaking, when I meet this guy. And I'm sitting there, I got my arms behind my back like a little kid in grade school. When he gets in trouble, they get nervous. They put their hands behind their back. I'm standing there talking to him and just blown away. But he was so nice to take the time.
That's amazing because 12 and 13-year-old kids get nervous meeting you, and you're like, everybody becomes that kid again when they meet somebody they want. It doesn't matter what decade you grew up in. You're just like, sporting hero, you get nervous, no matter who you are.
Right. And, just Magic Johnson's just, he's remarkable in terms of what he's accomplished in his profession and outside of his profession as well.
I remember the first time I met Wayne Gretzky, and as a younger guy, it wasn't a big deal because, well, Matt, you've played with him, played against. He's just a small guy. Then the first time you meet Messier, it's a whole ball of wax.
Yeah,
because he's bald and he's New York and he's still jacked and can still play, and Madonna and all that.
I remember playing junior in Quebec City, so I played 3 years in Quebec City in the old Dagobert, the most famous bar in the world. I remember going in and seeing Wayne Gretzky sitting there and looking at this guy. I mean, he looked like he was sick. He looked skinny, scrawny. I'm like, this is the best player in the world. Best player to ever play. And Messier's another one. I mean, I remember people that I'd bring in, they didn't even want to go up to Mess. Like, he has an awe about him, like Magic Johnson, like those superstars, where you're actually afraid to approach them. And 99% of the time, they're the nicest people in the world.